In breaking news, the end of an era for another Australian icon with 5,000 Qantas workers sacked. The federal government has announced that it will attempt to lift foreign ownership restrictions from Qantas, paving the way for foreign investors to take over the ailing but once proud national carrier. After announcing a $235 million half-year loss last week, along with the axing of 5,000 jobs, Qantas CEO Alan Joyce made a plea to the federal government to ease foreign ownership restrictions and provide a debt guarantee for the struggling airline. Mr. Joyce said that much of the company's problems can be blamed on a giant wave of extra seats provided by what he calls government-owned foreign carriers. He went on to say many have far lower labour costs, they're spurred by national economic development goals rather than profit, and they have the backing of their governments. Really? Is that what he said? What a prick. Let's not forget that Alan Joyce was part of the Ansett management team which oversaw the demise of another iconic Australian airline in 2001. So, Joyce and his board, who have taken Qantas from a profitable airline and turned it into a junk status company, are going to ask you, the taxpayer, for a bailout while at the same time sell off Qantas to foreign investors and move the remaining Qantas jobs offshore? Don't kid yourself that there's any intention of saving Qantas. This bunch of arse clowns will continue to do more damage to this once great company with even more job losses to come. It seems as though Joyce and his cronies are determined to make Qantas worthless. Perhaps the plan from the start was to lower the value of the company so much that the federal government had no choice other than to lift foreign ownership restrictions. That way Qantas could be sold off and broken apart at bargain basement prices, which I'm sure results in huge profits for many of Mr. Joyce's corporate friends around the world. And despite destroying a national icon, Alan Joyce's international corporate connections will make sure his post-Qantas employment prospects will be so, well, maybe not so surprisingly good. After all, he did stand up to the nasty unions, and you know the profit-driven corporate world just loves a union-bashing kind of CEO. They're feeling a twinge right now. So it's farewell to Holden, and it looks like it's farewell to Qantas as well. For Ozpol Review, I'm Phil McCracken, and I'm pissed off.